In this video, I'll show you how to make these simple yet very cool photos. They are all made with just one light source and no retouching. Well, just technical adjustments. As you have already figured out, the foundation of these photos is colored backgrounds. The combination of colors plays a very important role here. So you either need to have many backgrounds, or first choose the object of the shoot and then buy backgrounds that match it. So let's make the first shot. Our camera is on a tripod. If you don't have a tall tripod, it's okay. You can set everything up on the floor instead of on a table like we did. You can even shoot handheld. We put the yellow background on the table and on top of it the orange background. In this case, these are plastic backgrounds, but you can use paper as well. It's very important to press the backgrounds well to ensure the seam is smooth and doesn't cast shadows, otherwise we'll have to fix it in Photoshop later. On top of it, we place another background, this time of a smaller size. To make sure the main object of our shoot doesn't roll away, we fix it carefully on the side. Our main idea here, besides the color harmony, is that the stripe on the bottle matches the stripe between the backgrounds, so we carefully move it along with a small background to the right place. It's very important to do this thoroughly, because even if you miss by a bit, you will need to fix it in Photoshop. And this will take a lot of extra time. Almost everything is ready for the shoot, but we decided to add a small twist. For this we used an ordinary marker. And, as you can see on the screen, we rolled the corners of our small background a bit. As promised, there's only one light source here. It's a softbox 60 by 90 centimeters. And it's important to raise the light source quite high, because, according to the inverse square law, if the light source is close, there will be a large drop in exposure. And we don't want that in this case. We want everything to be even. The last thing we do is add a reflector. In our case, it's a ceiling tile. If you don't have one, any white material will do. And this is the photo we get. Honestly, we thought about fixing two things in Photoshop: the glare on the edge of the small background and the shadow at the bottom. But since we decided to do this without Photoshop, we stick to that. And here are a couple more examples. We made these photos in the same style for social media. I can say that if you are doing product photography for content for social media, these photos work very well there. If you're interested in product photography, be sure to subscribe and be one of the first subscribers. Thanks! The second idea is very similar to the first, but with one small yet very important nuance. The thing is, we also have background on background, but this time the top background is slightly raised, which gives us a shadow and a different volume and perception of the photo. You need to place something solid underneath and not try to hang the edges of the background, otherwise it will dangle and look untidy. Check to make sure everything is even, then proceed with the shoot. Here we have the same light source with the same softbox. The only difference is that it's positioned on the opposite side because the shadow cast by the background plays an important role here, and we need it to be clearly defined. But this is up to your taste. The only thing we usually don't recommend is placing the light source below, as it looks a bit unnatural. By below I mean not under the table, but from the camera's perspective. Let's take the photo, here's what we got. And a couple more examples using the same style. For the third photo we used two large paper backgrounds. They have a certain texture which works well with our product. First background we attach, as you can see on your screen. If you don't have a boom stand or crossbar, it's okay, you can do this against the wall. Just move the table to the wall and attach the background using some kind of tape. We give the second background some shape. Here it's up to your taste, you can either follow our example or come up with something of your own. Just be careful, otherwise you'll get creases that you'll have to fix in Photoshop again. It generally holds its shape well, but it still needs a bit of fixing. This can be done in various ways. You can use painter's tapes or clothespins. I'm not sure how to call it, but you can see it on the screen, I think you got it. We use two of these clothespins, one to hold the background in the middle and the other to attach the top edge to the crossbar. To lift the bottom part, we simply place a small tube underneath. One more important tip for beginners: if you are going to replicate this, make sure to choose matte objects, not glossy ones. It won't work as easily with glossy objects. The lighting here is a bit trickier. As I promised, there's only one light source, but we also need a diffuser. You can see on the screen how we positioned the diffuser and the flash. And the final element is the reflector. Our main object has a glossy nose, and it reflects everything like a mirror. So without the reflector it will look bad. Let's take the photo, and here's what we got. And a couple more examples of photos in the same style. That's it for today, thank you for watching, see you next time, bye!